We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, today we will discuss about the polarography. It is one of the chapter in pharmaceutical analysis syllabus first semester. We will see about the highlighted topics regarding polarography. At the end of the chapter, students should learn about what is polarography, details of DME, limiting and migration current, diffusion and residual currents, factors affecting diffusion currents, polarographic equation, even half and effect of complexing regions, estimation of n values and reversibility, currents other than diffusion current, polarographic maxima, maximum suppression, qualitative and quantitative application of polarographic analysis, instrument and details of amperometric titration. So polarography is a method of analysis was developed by Jaroslav Heroski in 1922, which is the earliest voltammetric method to identify the different analyte in the given solution. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1952 for developing this technique. He was deduced the equation that is now regarded as Aldkovich equation, in that diffusion current is proportional to the concentration, keeping all the other factors of equation constant. This is a typical polarigram in which the detection of element according to the potential difference on x-axis and on y-axis current in microamperes were calculated. This is the equation of potential difference in EMF. E is equal to E0 plus 0.059 divided by 2 log Zn plus 2. Dropping mercury electrode. This is the electrode, and it is the most frequent questions that what is electrode or what is DME in GTU examinations. So first we discuss about the advantages of dropping mercury electrode. It's surface reproducible with a given capillary. The constant renewal of electrode surface eliminates passivity or poisoning effects. The large hydrogen over potential on mercury renders possible the disposition of substances difficult to reduce, such as aluminum ion or manganese 2 ion. Mercury forms amalgams with metal, many metals. The diffusion current assumes a steady value immediately and is reproducible. The surface area of electrode can be calculated from the weight of drops. The dropping mercury electrode therefore is useful over range of plus 0.32 minus 2.0 volt. Here is another polarogram of DME that shows the oscillation current within the graph. Migration and limiting currents. Generally, the limiting current obtained with the dropping mercury electrode is caused by the extreme state of concentration, polarization, which results from the depletion of the concentration of the electroreducible or electro-oxidizable substance at the electrode surface by the electrode reaction. So there is a two force at the electrode surface, which is a diffusive force proportional to the concentration gradient at the electrode surface, and second one is an electrical force proportional to the electrical potential difference between the surface and the solution, regarded as the sum of diffusion current and a migration current. Migration current. The migration current is due to the migration of reducible or oxidizable ions, which is proportional to the electrical potential gradient at the electrode due to attraction. The migration current depends on the transferable numbers of reducible or oxidizable ion in the solution, and the total limiting current Im is equal to TiIL. Here is a tabular demonstration of limiting current, how it can be produced in the presence of potassium nitrate molar solutions and transferable numbers of lead plus 2 ion. Diffusion and residual currents. In the presence of excess supporting electrolyte, the electrical force on the reducible oxidizable ions is nullified, and therefore the limiting current is solely a diffusion current. Alkovic in 1934 examined the various factors which govern the diffusion current and deduced a theoretical equation as I is equal to 607 n CD raised to 1 by 2 m raised to 2 and t raised to 1 by 6, where ID is equal to average diffusion current in microamperes during the life of the drop, n is equal to number of electrons consumed in the reduction or oxidation of 1 mole of electroactive species, capital D is equal to diffusion coefficient of reducible or oxidizable substance expressed as centimeter square per second, small c is equal to concentration of electroactive species in millimoles per decimeter cube, small m is equal to the rate of flow of mercury from the dropping mercury electrode expressed in milligram per second, small t is equal to drop time of mercury in second. This is the hydraulic equation which is frequently asked in GTO examination for the explanation purpose. The constant G607 is a combination of natural constants including the Faraday. This is an important equation because it accounts for the linear dependence of diffusion current upon small c, that is concentration of active species in millimoles per decimeter cube, is an important equation because it accounts for the linear dependence of ID upon C, keeping all other factors constant. It is useful in quantitative polarography analysis. Residual current. Even in the absence of electroactive substance in the solution, having only supporting electrolytes, a small current is always present, which is referred to as residual current, which consists of two components. The first is reduction of trace impurities, Faraday current, present in large concentration of supporting electrolyte use. These include dissolved oxygen, traces of metal ions such as ferric iron, lead, arsenic. Out of this, dissolved oxygen can be removed by passing pure nitrogen for 10 to 15 minutes before taking the CV curve. The second source is charging current or capacitive current, which is a non-Faraday and is present whenever the working electrode potential changes. Mercury is unique in remaining electrically uncharged when it is dropping freely into the supporting electrolyte. The small current that is observed from supporting electrolyte solution is because of continuous charging of new mercury drop to the applied potential in order to remain neutral. The mercury is covered with a electrical double layer of positively and negative charge ions of electrolyte. The capacity of double layer and hence the charging current vary depending on the potential which is imposed upon mercury. Residual current for zero point 0.1 molar solution of HCl, which is demonstrated here graphically, as the applied voltage versus SC increase, the current is also increases. Supporting electrolyte means a large concentration of an inert electrolyte used to suppress migration current. So in GTU examination, there is a several questions like what do you mean by residual current? Distinguish between limiting current and diffusion current. These are the example questions that you can prepare for your own answer. Factors affecting diffusion current. Here we have to consider several factors like the concentration of electroactive substance. According to the Alkovich equation, ID is equal to Kc or ID upon C is constant keeping all other factors constant. This is the basis of quantitative polarographic analysis. But there are instances where ID upon C is not constant and the current is determined by the rate of chemical reaction. And sometimes the adsorption of the active electroactive substance or is electrode reaction product. The capillary characteristic and factors affecting them. From the Alkovich equation, it is seen that diffusion current depends upon M and T and are therefore affected by their variations. M is directly proportional and T is inversely proportional to the net pressure on mercury drop. These effects are reported in terms of height of mercury column above the capillary tip. According to M raised to 2 by 3 and T raised to 1 by 6 is proportional to H core and ID of Alkovich equation. Any deviation from this indicates that the current must be partly or wholly governed by the rate of some process other than diffusion of electroactive substance to the electrode surface. Temperature. The change in temperature affects all values in Alkovich equation except the value of M. The temperature coefficient of M is about plus 0.27% per degree, while that of T is about minus 22% per degree. So the temperature coefficient M raised to 2 by 3, T raised to 1 by 6 is about plus 0.15% per degree. The temperature coefficients of the equivalent conductance and thereby diffusion coefficient is close to plus 0.02% per degree, and of capital C for aqueous solution is minus 0.00025 per degree. In addition, the numerical constant 607 is also affected and the temperature coefficients of this constant K is 0.00012 per degree. Coming all these values gives the temperature coefficient of diffusion current as plus 0.013 per degree. So the diffusion current increases about 1.3% per 1 degree rise in temperature. Therefore, it is advisable to keep the temperature constant within plus or minus 0.5 degrees centigrade. Solvent and supporting electrolyte. The diffusion current depends on capital D of electroactive species, which in turn depends on the viscosity of the solution. Here viscosity means how free flowing the liquid can be. ID, that is diffusion current, decreases with increase in viscosity of the solution, as capital D is inversely proportional to the viscosity eta of the medium. According to the Alcovic equation, therefore ID is proportional to the eta raised to 1 by 2. Eta varies as the aqueous solution change partly to non-aqueous medium using solvents such as methanol and dioxane extractor. Changes in the composition of supporting electrolyte constant within about plus or minus 10% to ensure the variation of ID resulting from this effect will be negligible, small. Here are the questions. What is referred to as capillary characteristic, and what are the factors affecting them? In what range should the temperature be kept during polarographic experiment, and why? Polarographic equation. So there is an equation is always oxidation and reduction, that is oxidation plus n number of electron gives reduction. The electrical potential for such reversible reaction is given by E is equal to E0 plus RT upon NF, natural log A oxidation upon A reduction, where A oxidation and A reduction are activities of oxidant and reductant respectively as they exist at the electrode solution surface. By substituting all constant, the equation becomes 8.6 likewise. The current observed depends upon the rate of diffusion of oxidant and is given by this 8.7 equation. We can further reduce the equation likewise, and we will get the final formula as written in equation 8.13. Here are some of the questions, like what is the polarographic equation and what does it represent? This is a photo of original pologram developed at the time period between the 1927 and 1930. The another important questions regarding one of the electrode, that is rotating platinum electrode, which is frequently asked in GTU examination. This is the diagram representing the rotating platinum electrode. Titration with rotating platinum electrode. Mercury cannot be used as electrode at positive potentials because of its oxidation, and therefore rotating platinum electrode at 600 revolution per minute is used. With platinum as electrode, the attainment of steady state diffusion current is slow, and one has to wait for a considerable time after each addition of the reagent, and therefore platinum electrode is rotated. The construction of electrode is given below. As you can see, the schematic diagram of rotating platinum electrode. Determination of antimony 3 with potassium bromide. Reagents used are 0.005 molar potassium antimony titrate. 23-25 centimeter cube of this solution is diluted to 25 ml of 1 molar hydrochloric acid. Standard 0.002 molar potassium bromide solution is prepared in water. Procedure. Take 25 centimeter cube of antimony solution into the titration cell and titrate with potassium bromide by setting the applied voltage at plus zero point 0.2 volt versus AC. Construct the graph as usual and calculate the concentration of antimony solutions. This is the end of the lecture. Thank you.